Hello guys and welcome. Today is the 10th of October 2024 and currently we're in the stage of Scorpio Moon. And what does that mean? The moon is something that grounds us, and when we have a Scorpio Moon, which is one of the darkest zodiac signs out there, it's not really a surprising fact what's going on and what is in our mind. Now it's actually very interesting. If you go to internet or if you watch any shows, you realize that currently most criminal shows and series are getting very popular. True crime, right? Such shows are even more popular in the Scorpio phases, right? And today I actually also read about the article about the nurse, 30-year-old nurse that was murdered in the hospital in India. And it really, this phase, it really shows you the darkness that is around us. And it's actually so hard sometimes to accept it. There's so many bad things going on. There's so many the evil things going on. And it almost feels like all the systems we have currently in the world, you have capitalism, it literally makes you feel like there is nothing you can do anymore. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody of us can do something, right? But what people don't realize is that the current world, the current stage is based on illusion. Basically, the whole capitalism is based on illusion. How long can we keep up the illusion? This is what capitalism is based on. And in such environment, only 10 to 15% of the guys can get anything out of it. That's why eventually the whole system collapses, because most of people realize they have no chance anymore. When it comes to sports, esports, content creation, social media, it's all so broken and so manipulative. It almost feels like 50 to 70% of everything on social media are either bots, promotional accounts, or just stupid people, I mean, it's not stupid, nobody is stupid, it's just people lack understanding, And it's really hard because now it's way easier to manipulate media than it ever was. There is a reason why guys like Mr. Beast, 90% of their comments are either bots or promotional accounts, because they have been manipulating algorithm and their viewers for years just to make money out of them. That's literally why esports are dying. Sports. Why do you think people have lost interest into sports and esports? Why do you think all these multi-billion-dollar esports companies or any company is losing money? Because they mismanage everything to such an extent that it has no long-term viability, There is no real rankings, no real tournaments, and that's just when it comes to sports and esports. And then they have to sell their souls to, Abu Dhabi to make it seems like they get free money, and then they use them to manipulate the media so they can keep up the illusion how popular they are, I think it's a good time now that we actually look in, this. I don't think that, Scorpio is bad thing, it's just pure darkness, right? I actually also read it a very interesting thing. There are like 3 phases of Scorpio or a snake. And the most dangerous one is the young one, because she will bite you, she will not realize how powerful their poison is, right? And they will bite you to full, and but when a Scorpio gets older, they start to realize the power of their darkness, and they don't put their poison and darkness on everyone, and they start to using it for creativity and such, right? I don't know, sometimes I'm just disappointed in myself. I just wanted to do something more, so many bad things won't happen in the world. I feel like I failed everybody. It's just, and then there is not even much chance for like guys like me to even Maybe I should make more interesting videos talking about random things, but sometimes I feel like I have no chance because you either manipulate media or you have no chance. People have no idea how easy it is to manipulate media today. There are thousands of promotional accounts and bots going on social media. Even when it comes to politics, even more. You guys really think that every vote president gets is legit? No. And when you see all these fake manipulative comments under YouTube videos, do you think, wow, these are so happy? No. You know, sometimes I felt like I am maybe too the bad guy, and then you realize and grow up and you realize how broken everything around you is. Most people are just pretending it's fine, and the whole capitalism is based on illusion. How long can we keep up the illusion, right? And then when it does, we just fire people and we do something new. That's literally how every gaming company has been doing. They don't make any new content, they just rehash the same old content. They censor anybody that calls them out, and then eventually people lost interest and the games dies. I think it's called T1. It's the biggest Korean esports, for example, and they're losing millions every year. Why? Because they handpick all their players. They have no real rankings, no real tournaments, and then people say why sports are dying. Right? This is why I have been saying for years that capitalism is slowly destroying everything. And corruption. Like we have that case in India when a 30-year-old girl, after 30-hour shift work, was brutally murdered in a fucking hospital. And then even CBI or whoever look over that case, they say it was only one guy, right? How disappointing I am. I'm really disappointed, just in the people who are supposed to protect the weak in India, but also, you know, all this. I don't know, man. You know, sometimes, you know, I realize all these bad things, and then I realize, okay, maybe, you know, small arguments we have in the family are not that big of a deal when you compare it to things like that, right? So, I don't know. I think it's good in everything, and, you know, we are light, but we are also darkness, right? You need somebody strong to protect you. You see, this is why I feel like every story has many sides. Like we could talk about guns in America. Is it okay that everybody has a gun, right? Everybody has a right to protect himself, and if you live in a chaotic city and such, I understand, right? But also causes way more violence than is necessary. Then you have these people who are not mentally stable, you know, because because they're afraid of their survival, they have no money, they have to pay for medical in America, right? And then sometimes people use guns when there is not even need for them, right? I don't know, man. It just feels so disappointing because it's always the people who are supposed to bring us together. But I think people are doing a lot. You know, you see so many protests in India over this murder of a medical. Some people are just so evil. I don't understand. How can you be so evil to somebody else? I could never do that, what some people do. They say there is the most murders in this age when a Scorpio is popular. And what is, let's also talk about this, you know, astrology, Scorpio, what are zodiacs? We have 12 zodiacs, just like we have 12 months of the year. We have 2 cycles on Earth. We have yearly cycle that goes from January to December, and we have zodiac cycle that goes from Aries to Pisces. And each planet has its own zodiac. So not only each of us has different signs in different zodiacs, because basically you get power straight from the planets. So each planet we have in different zodiac, right? That's why we have sun sign, moon sign, Mars, Venus, right? Sun sign is how you express yourself and how the world sees you. This is the most popular one, what people call horoscope, right? What you read in magazine. This is your sun sign. It's how you tend to express yourself and how the world sees you. Then you have the moon sign, our ground, which is basically our heart, how we act when we feel comfortable, right? You have rising arc ascending, which is basically your actual character, right? I'm Sagittarius, so I'm very innovative, also dark sometimes, and a living duality, living on the edge of light and chaos. Then you also have Mars, which is your anger and passion, I don't know. You have Venus, how you love, you have Mercury, how you communicate, right? It's pretty interesting. But most people have no idea about it because most people really don't. This is why it's really hard. Most people just want to understand things. It's really hard, and when we don't understand something, we fear it, right? But once you understand it, it's way easier to not fear it, and accept it. That's why I make such videos, even though I get no views, because I know how broken these platforms are today. It's really sad. Right? YouTube was about creativity and it was about original content. Now it's just about fucking scamming and manipulating people with countless of promotional accounts and manipulating algorithms so you can make money from kids. That's literally what YouTube today is. Right? How 90% of content creators and young people who look up to YouTubers actually just got manipulated per their countless of promotional comments, and it's kind of insane. And then young people think they are bad. Mental health, it's insane, right? With social media and everything, it's what's going on around the world. I don't know, I hope it's gonna be better. I have to work on myself too.